What is up, everyone? Welcome to another day on the stream. It's Thursday morning. We are at May 26th, and we're ready for another day. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? What we got going on this morning? Helen, good morning. Rick Rod, good morning. Boba, what's up? Discipline, what's up? Blue Powerade, absolutely. You know it. Ascended, good morning. Scott, what's up? Snacks, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here this morning. Kind of tired this morning, to be honest. Anybody else sleepy? I know you guys did that late MTA voice chat session, so some of you might be tired. Jimmy, what's up? Yeah, stay hydrated for sure. For sure. I got my Powerade and my backup water. I would never do that. Nope. Nope. No cold showers. I like it just before it burns my back. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot yet. I was looking around at the gainers. I pulled it up this morning at like 7 a.m. and I think there was a 15% gainer, so I was super hyped. But now it looks like we have a 75-ish percent gainer. So we'll look at that in just a second. NVDA tried to die yesterday, and then it popped right back up. It's almost back to 165 already. What's up, AC? Good morning. Yeah, let's pull up the screen share here. Make sure this is fresh. Okay. All right. So yeah, NVIDIA, bad guidance for Q2. Dropped from 170 all the way to 150 almost. Bounced right back up. So that's some strength. It had good Q1, but the guidance for Q2 was bad. But I feel like maybe the theme of these stocks is that Q2 is just not going to be the best. So everybody's kind of getting that in mind already. Let's see. So SPY actually went over 400 for a small period this morning between 7 and 8. It has pulled back a little now. And this looks like an 8 a.m. program candle here down. So we'll see if that fills or half fills today. Oil still up in the 82s, well, for USO. The daily still looks ridiculous. I mean, if this was a regular chart and it wasn't like a commodity or like oil, I would say like this thing's about to blow the top off. But it still could. It still might blow the top off. But it is setting up to go higher. And that's the one thing, like, yeah, it's great to play the oil tickers, but at the same time, do you want to be paying $6, $7 a gallon in gas and giving that money you just made on trading the tickers back? So, not all of it, obviously, but one of the few inverses that directly hit us. Wheat is down. Holding the $11 range, though. Let's see, what time does the GDP numbers come out today? I would imagine that's this morning. I know it's supposed to be today. Let me look. Uh, 8:30. So today, yeah, GDP second estimate and corporate profits preliminary first quarter 2022, 8:30, and then personal income and outlays is tomorrow at 8:30. So we got that to look forward to. See what happens with the market there. So you want to see like the U.S. Yeah, they're still you know, producing. We're not going backwards. Let's look at the top gainers. I'm guessing KOLD is not an actual top gainer. No, it is not. Oh, what the heck is that? Ultra short natural gas? That's weird. They must have had a split or something. TCBP. That daily was horrendous up until today. Looks like they've tried to send it just after hours, the old 4 a.m. special, and then right at 7. Let's see if it has any type of news. Forgot to start the jams this morning. So all I see is an F1 filing from May 24th. It's the last thing I see for TCBP. Is that Build-A-Bear Workshop? So that must have had ER this morning. Build-A-Bear Workshop. It's up 16%. Hey, what's up, J-Dog? Good morning. Thanks for being here. Oops. There we go. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Build-A-Bear Workshop. Let me look, see if they had earnings. Yep. Reports record levels for total revenues and pre-tax income in its fiscal 2022 first quarter. Wow. Build-A-Bear Workshop out there doing work. It's a good sign in ER. So that it's kind of already trending up on the day. Or on the daily. What's up, Callum? IMMX. Okay, we'll pull that up. So yeah, Build-A-Bear Workshop. What is that? Immune to the market conditions? SPY's been off a cliff and this thing really hasn't fallen at all. Interesting. Old red box. This one's really the inverse of market conditions. Just keeps climbing. Beautiful head and shoulder pattern here. Broke to the upside. It's like somebody just typed in red box to $10 in their algo program, and then boom, it just keeps going. Doesn't matter if it looks like it's failing, low volume, bad SPY day. Red box is just gonna keep climbing. I don't understand why. It must just be the new meme, but I mean it's ramped twice now, from 2 to 11, and then from 250 all the way up to 7. That one had a funky daily. It has like 620 res and then 7-ish res as a double resistance. You got it from the daily here and the 200 SMA. Good morning, Charlie. How's it going? Welcome. So yeah, Joby, the top thing with action at this very moment, really. Had a couple 100K candles. Yeah, BTTX and IMMX will more than likely be like after the bell action because they are like multi-day setup. What else we got? DXLG up a little bit. Joby trying to push through highs here. Level 2, kind of thin. 45K bidder at 610 on JOBY. That daily's finally starting to curl. So it's got the resistance from 220 to 240, and then above that, 275. And then IMT is a super thin one with a crazy daily. Could make a push to 950, the 50 SMA, if it really gets some action going. This one likes to be algo driven though. So yeah, Joby's just been grinding up since 6 a.m. Starting to get the volume though after 8. So we're trading like right here in this range of the resistance from this level. Above that, I mean, I would imagine it would test 650 to 7. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Looks like even after the offering, GovX trying to have a little action. Somebody trying to spike it. Joby still up near 620 level. Yeah, GameStop went up near 100, right? Oh, it went through 100, so I missed that. So yeah, GameStop ticking highs here. Let's see what AMC's at. Yeah, AMC's up at 12 right now. It's actually hitting the 12 wall. So through 12, it could pop just a little bit. Yeah, there it went up through 12, 1205 now. It's much thinner in pre-market, so it can actually run decently smooth. Looking at the level 2 on this chart over here. Yeah, not a whole lot of volume on them, but it is up through 12 for a second there at least. Joby still flagging around the 620 level here. So you want to see that. So far it has held, looks like 610. So I think within the next couple minutes you want to see this push higher if it's going to push higher on JOBY. It's funny, GovX still finds a way to be one of the top gainers. Straight up after it offered yesterday. It did have a better offering than normal because it's priced at a premium to the market. But I still don't understand why that's 165. But yeah, the offering was at 165. Only 3 million shares, so overall for an offering that's pretty small. They can usually eat through that pretty quick, but GovX pushing right back up again. Just doesn't want to ever die. Joby's losing volume here. It's almost down to nothing. Yeah, Twitter had more Elon funding news, I think. Now that it popped, it'll probably just follow the market. So if SPY pops today, so will Twitter probably. Morning, Fran. For Nurky. How's it going? So yeah, Twitter's kind of trading sideways. I would imagine that would just follow SPY. Let's see though. GameStop still testing near high. Everything's kind of slow today though so far, just like the rest of the week. Joby pushing down towards 610 again. See if it holds this level. TCBP. Yeah, GovX is insane. GovX is just nuts. One of those that's just going to go up regardless, just like Redbox it looks like. TC, BP, you'll see. Yeah, it is flagging. I think that's the one that was up on no news, but it had like a horrendous daily chart up until today. Yeah, that daily looks real bad up until today.
It's been said that in a forest of 100,000 trees, no two are alike.
Jeez. Snack your scalp strategy. It is interesting. I mean, if you want a strategy room in MTA, I could probably make it just for you to write up what you do. Because you are consistent right now when it's extremely, extremely difficult to be consistent. This is the hardest market I've ever traded in. And I started back in 2016. And it was 2016 before Trump got in office, so you can't just say, oh, I was trading the Trump market. I was trading before that too, and it was still like decently consistent. So this needs to push higher if it's going to go higher. So yeah, GameStop probably reject 120 for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you're level 2 scalping and then using SPY as a guide, it works for you. It's working right now. It's great. If you can find any strategy to work right now, that's fantastic. Joby is pushing back up. I think you could have taken like 612. I didn't take it though. Usually when they come down to a big bidder like that, it'll set for a second and then just absolutely wreck it. So, but yeah, the most active is the memes this morning, Joby, and then GovX had the spike. But that's about it. $8:30 news. APYX had FDA 510K clearance. But cosmetic technology. So nothing like life changing. I mean, it could be life changing for some people, but it's not like a cancer headline or, you know, Alzheimer. SLS, that one screwed me last time I had a PR. But it does have clinical benefit from their trial for advanced ovarian cancer. So, it is what it is. I don't think I'll be trading it. I think I put that on my no trade list after the last time because I had a PR and then I had an offering like 2 minutes later. TCBP. Yeah, that one's still just hanging around. $1. BBW might be good over 20. Very thin one though. I didn't realize this was like a low float. Looks insanely thin. There's your trend setup on Joby on the 1 minute. GameStop has no trend at all. It's just tapping its way up. Put AMC over here. So yeah, AMC, GameStop, and then you've got TC, BP being the top gainer, but it's not on a whole lot of action. And then Joby here is kind of a descending triangle on the 1 minute. Those can break upwards. Usually they're overall bearish though. If you keep tapping the bottom, just keep tapping, 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 and then it eventually breaks through. But not always. It can break up. And I mean, you could, it depends on how you look at it, but you could draw like a falling wedge too. Snack pack. Yeah. That's funny. I could name it snack pack if you want. Just put it under at the bottom of the trading section or in the education section. But this is what we're looking at today. You see it. Meme action, and that's about it. Justin, what's up? Good morning. So see? That's what a descending triangle fail looks like. Now watch, it'll come out and pull the trap candle straight back up next candle. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Because on the 5-minute, it's just now pulling back to the 9. So it would not surprise me one bit for it to do the trap candle straight back up. But the 1-minute pattern, that was a descending and it failed. Yeah, I've seen a few patterns, but I've also, lately, the patterns have been setting up and they'll do the opposite. Or they'll break down and then break straight back up. So, what do I know anymore? So GameStop, AMC, little pullback. GovX, back down to 2. Redbox flagging under 750. Oh, sorry, I gotta get my product placement. No, I am not sponsored by Powerade. I just love Powerade. So Redbox, I mean, this is sort of a flag. It's not a high volume flag, but it is sort of a flag. So up through needs to break out of that. It's not perfect, but it's there. But that's really the only thing with momentum. Dude, I would love to be sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I'd wear a Dr. Pepper shirt every day. I would drink Dr. Pepper at 8 a.m. in the morning. I don't even care. That'd be epic. If GovX pulled the pets, that'd be wild. That was one of the weirdest offerings ever. What's up, Berkey? Good morning. Making sales? Good morning. Yeah, Pets had that offering, and it was like straight down and then got bought straight up and then through. And it traded higher for days and days and days after the offering. It's the strangest thing. So this is a full fail now. Back down to VWAP. So that really failed the descending triangle. It's like a SPY after those numbers came out. It's like no reaction. So it says US first quarter prelim GDP minus 1.5% versus advanced GDP minus 1.4%. And then preliminary real final sales minus 0.4% versus advance of negative 0.6%. So looks like they were close to what they expected anyways. Yeah, like real, they almost nailed it spot on to what was expected. Jobless claims down 8K. Didn't really affect SPY that much. Still watching this pattern on a red box. That's a good list. It's a good list. Sells. CBio refuses to give up too. You almost have to watch that on the 15-minute. It's been trading sideways and melting up for days now. It has room to 185, I think, on the daily. 200 SMA. Yep, 185. And then the top or the bottom of the gap's 2. So 185 to 2 is going to be resistance for sure. Yeah, the first day was insane. 230-ish million. So we went over IMMX, BTTX already. Red box I got up right here. Agri, is that up? The hell? Why is it doing that? So yeah, the Agri daily is set up. It's not the prettiest flag, but it is a flag, and it's kind of set up here to potentially push higher. It's had resistance above 3. So expect the resistance, but it could push up to 3.5, 3.5. Wheat's down, but yeah, Agri has been holding up. CBio, yeah, it's one of those like liquidity traps, like first day huge volume, and then these days were much lower volume, but it still went higher. So I don't think, for some reason, it's probably gonna say, yeah, data request failed. TradeStation's weird with futures. I always just look at wheat. It's like USO, but it's wheat form. Down 1.75%. But yeah, the daily, it could get a bounce level. Yeah, IMMX set up, BTTX set up. So there's a few things that could pop today. Red box trying to break out of this pattern here. Let me watch. There's a 5K bidder, 733. Low-ish volume right this second. If it could get up through like 740, it could pop. 745, 750. Just needs to get volume a little bit higher through 740. It's just like 500, 500, like smaller taps right here. But the bids are coming up. Just needs to buy through 7.4, I think. And it can make the push higher. It was at 786 this morning. Slow, low volume right now, though. Redbox has been going mostly during the day, but I mean, this morning it is up in pre-market, so it could start taking off. Yeah, NVDA could. It could pull a sticks today. They're chipping away at that wall. It's just not going away on Redbox. Reason I'm watching it is because it's peeking out of this little pattern. So looks halfway decent if it can get some volume through 7.4. Level 2's decently thin. It's just the volume's very low. There's 6K volume on this 5-minute candle. It's like it's moving in slow motion. Forgot about BKSY. Yep, it's pushing up towards 2.5. Or it is over 2.5. Keep that one up. It's definitely thicker than Redbox, but it's getting some action. Yeah, Build-A-Bear Workshop looked insanely thin a minute ago. But it is up on good earnings. You want to see this power up through 260. That's been the resistance. After hours yesterday, 4 a.m. this morning, and then right now. But yeah, not a whole lot going on so far. I mean, I feel like I say that every day now. But for real, nothing really happening right now. Nothing's breaking higher. Let me pull back up GameStop. So GameStop hammered. It might make another push towards 1.2 or 120. But that's really all I see. BKSY back now under 250. Redbox never got the volume through here. GovX. It held 2. That's about it though. It held 2 and it's not really gotten much follow through. So we'll keep these charts up for now, but nothing really getting action. A little bit of volume out there, not a whole lot of action. $1.25 tree, yeah. Inflation, baby. Gotta love it. So let's see if this gets bought back up over 250. It's trying to struggle right now. BKSY. And then Redbox still in the same spot, but volume is just non-existent right now. $10 minutes till the 9 a.m. news though, so maybe we'll get something fresh or some fresh volume. SPY back over 400. I'm surprised we're not getting more action considering the Fed minutes are out now, the GDP numbers are out, SPY is still up, and nothing's getting action. But I mean, it could come. Things could come out of nowhere, but there's setups today. Just needs the volume. I don't see any news for that. TCBP. The daily was just completely murdered, and it is having a bounce day, as far as I can tell. Daily was off a freaking cliff. But it's holding one, so watch for it to hold the one range. If it's going to hold up, it's kind of flagging here, roughly. But I didn't see any news on it. Sorry if you hear my dogs barking. I can hear them outside my door. GovX pulling back under 2 now. SPY still around the 400 test. This is around $1. The red box is up back towards the 740 test again. Might be one of those process of elimination things where something gets volume if it's the only thing holding up still. So that's why I'm watching red box. It's only up 9%, but it's been trending for the daily. Yo, Justin with
Thanks
the
for all you
20.
do for the community, bro, and all for free.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $20 donation, Justin. You the man. Really appreciate that. There you are. You see you're scrolling up there now. Number 1 in line for the day. SPY up, yeah, near 400 here. I could see, so I was looking at this last night. SPY has a downtrend line that is really close to breaking. And it actually peaked over it yesterday. So that's a downtrend line that could send this towards like a 410, 420 test. So last time SPY broke a downtrend line like that, it was from here across. And that was back in March. So it was at 420 at the time, broke through and ran all the way to 460. So now we've got another one. And it's funny because this kind of I've just got two. I got two screens. So I got this one just for charts and for the stream, and then I've got my other one with like the matrix on it on the other screen. But that's got like my account number and balances and all that, and there's no reason to show all that. Obvious reasons. Hold on one second. So yeah, that could not get through. It might happen after 9. Redbox through, but it's through by 1 cent, so not much to play right now. I'll see if anything good comes out at 9 a.m. Read it out to you guys. See what we got. 3 seconds. GHSI had a little Amazon headline, but it's just saying that their Omega Boost gel bites available on Amazon. B-Hack gonna have a 1 for 10 reverse split. And that's about it. So now we'll see what catches towards open. Is it going to be Redbox? Is it going to be BKSY? Redbox is trying here through up to 7.5. So let's see if it pushes through 7.5 here. It's thin on the level 2. It can really move if it gets volume. 749. Okay, it's up to 758 now, so it's getting a little volume coming in. Pushing up near 760. Redbox through 760. So it's one of those things, like I said a minute ago, it's process of elimination. Nothing came out at 9 a.m., so there was no fresh news. So we had very few options of what's going to actually run. It's going to be either BKSY with news or with volume, or Redbox with volume, and it just happened to be Redbox. You see that happen a lot, a lot. JD, you can use an alias on your account. Okay, I could do that. Yeah. So yeah, Redbox with a nice push up near the 780 pre-market resistance. $7.90 coming up on $8 now. Did not expect that quick of a move. My goodness. So it was literally like, there's no new PRs. We're just going to attack something. And Redbox was the one that got attacked. I took a quick scalp on it down here, but I didn't hold it for long enough. I expected it to get a little resistance around like 765, 770. But it just blew through it. Yeah, there's the Nightbot saying MTA. Be right back, guys. So I just want to get back to the point where I trust things. You know, there's enough consistency that I can trust to hold a breakout and not expect it to pop 10 cents and drop 40 on me. You know, if breakouts become a normal thing and good patterns break out, the shorts can take the top. Like once we blow the top off and it runs, that's fine. But there's no need for it to go up 10 cents and drop 40. And once we can get in an area that we can trust, it'll be much better. Like I couldn't trust it to hold, you know, for more than 10, 15 cents on a breakout right now, because the history of the past forever, it feels like, is that these breakouts pop up and either the same candle will wick into death or the next candle will just be a red to match the green. So if we can get back in that market, in that consistency, you know, a little bit of trust, I think breakouts will happen more than they are right now. And like GovX the other day had a nice breakout. This right here is a really solid pre-market breakout for Redbox. But if we can just get that consistency back, the market's going to be much, much better. And we don't need 100 runners today. We don't need everything to melt up again. Give us 2, 3 a day. Something with a PR or something that's had continuation. And just consistent volume, patterns, breakouts. And there's patterns for bears too. Like a rising wedge. You can short that. There's no reason for bullish patterns to fail like they are. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. It's kind of a jam. SPRC. Yeah, it did. Like in a heartbeat. On pretty much one candle. And that's untradeable. You'd have had to been like insanely fast. But I saw the PR come out. But the PR wasn't specifically for them. It just said like the overall global market of XYZ, whatever it said, will be something billion by 2028. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, Redbox has been a machine. Even when it, you know, failed all the way back down, it ran to 11. And then it had the chicken soup for the soul acquisition thing that dropped it down that day. And then it's just rounded the bottom, back up, flag, breakout, 3-bar, breakout. Now it's above the 200 on the daily. Coming up, I mean, it's at 830 right now. The resistance on the daily is 850. So it's just ripped through everything. It doesn't even matter. There's been 2 red days in here. Since it started curling back up, there's been 1 red day here, and then 1 red day here. And that is it. Just a straight up trading body machine. And it's funny that I say that bears can have bearish patterns, but this was like shoulder, head, shoulder, perfect. Like this should have broken down, at least short term. Did not. Traded sideways and went right back up. So, I mean, I guess the bears are getting screwed in very small amount of cases for bearish patterns actually going up. But we're living in the upside down, opposite world. Speaking of upside down, Stranger Things. New Stranger Things season's coming up. Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi's tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. I don't know if you guys are Star Wars fans, but Kenobi should be awesome. Yeah, momentum is usually what I focus on. That's, I mean, it's in my name. But right now, I just don't have the confidence to really trade momentum the way it should be traded. Like, I should have taken, you know, the beginning of the volume, 740-ish, scale maybe a little on this first pop, and then ride. But I just don't trust it to hold up its gains. And I don't want to set my stop down there even and give up all the gains that I just got. You know, you take them when they show up right now. But this has been a good follow-through breakout. Good volume, good candles. 3 bar here, break higher, 2 candle pullback here, break higher. And this is all in the 1 minute. Yeah, Stranger Things is a back burner to me for behind Kenobi. That should be awesome. I always loved Obi-Wan in the prequels. And the fact they brought back Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader, that's sick. I'm sure since they brought him back, they got to show his face at some point. Like, why would they bring him back and have him behind the mask the whole time? So he's going to have to take the mask off or the helmet or something. And I guarantee that they're going to have another duel. So that should be sick. So it's finally having its first pullback to the 9 on the 1. 820 range. But hammering up. Yeah, it requires a lot of patience right now, and it's hard to have patience in a market where you can't hardly make a cent. Yeah, I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Mandalorian was fantastic. Book of Boba Fett was pretty much Mandalorian Part 2. Hey, Robin, good morning. Only thing I haven't watched is the Clone Wars, like the cartoon one. I started watching it a little bit, but it's very slow. Especially now that I'm, 28, trying to watch a Cartoon Network show. It's a little slower to catch on to. I mean, I guess the original one was like the Empire versus the Rebels, but then you had the Republic and the Sith. I don't know if that counts as 2 different wars or not. And then the new ones, it was the First Order and the New Republic, I guess. Is that 3 different wars? I don't know. Am I getting off on a Star Wars tangent? Yes. Yeah, I actually didn't watch any Star Wars until after all the prequels came out. And my uncle's really into it, and I think he was talking about it one day. So I actually started with the originals, watched those first, and then the prequels. And then I actually watched the sequels in theaters when they came out. Not a huge fan of those. So that's looking a little weaker in the open. BKSY. BTTX pulling back a little bit as well. Still definitely in play. Watch for maybe a pickup. 190. IMMX. Low volume. Still trending higher. What else were we looking at? Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Damn, I'm about to sneeze my brains out. So Redbox holding the 20 on the 1. 820 level. Could potentially pull back here to the 20 on the 1 and VWAP. Now I'm all sniffly. So I'm all stuffed up now. But that was a hell of a breakout. Straight up to 850. So 850 res, as we saw, I think it was on the daily. Yeah, 850 was as high as the highest candle closed on the daily, or 855. The 850 range was as high as it closed on the daily. So that could hammer candle after open. The 1 minute is kind of rounding off, but nothing insanely bad. BBW still very low volume, but it's holding up. I think the spread a minute ago was 30-40 cents though, so it's, yeah. So the bid is 100 shares at 920, and the ask is 100 shares at 975. So, oh my god. Doc just said, let's see how loud we can be right now. Am I missing anything as we are closing out on 920? BBW, Red Box. Red Box probably the top watch, not the top gainer, but probably the top watch. SPRC is going to end up giving up its whole day before open, it looks like. Faded from 460 down to 320. M. They got a really great Thanksgiving Day parade. I know that much. What is that up on? ER? That's a good beat. That's good that like these, you wouldn't expect Macy's to have like good earnings. I mean, they do sell a lot, but they're the kind of the older style retail. But they're still doing good, which is great. It's on the 20 on the 5. Resistance on the daily was at 21.3, which it's already above, right? Yeah, 21.70. There's a lot of chop right here on the daily. The 50 SMA is at 24, so that's probably a big resistance. Let me draw. Maybe 22.5 will be a decent target for that if SPY continues and it keeps getting momentum. 22.5 looks like that was rough support, broke through but came back up above support, and then finally when it broke down, it broke below that. So that's going to be resistance around 22.5. So watch that level for Macy's. I remember trading that back here. This was like down, yeah, I remember trading this like 10 bucks or something. Because it had a huge run, and then it kept running, and then it finally just ramped its way all the way up to 38 bucks. Getting a little volume now, actually. But you see it looks like it actually went straight to that 22.5 level right off the spike. Sorry. But that's definitely resistance. You see why it went straight to there. It's a big daily resistance. Red box sitting on VWAP here. $8 range. Go back to the 5 minute now that we pull back. So it is a tweezer top at 850 on the 5. But we could hold this VWAP range. Kind of sucks that it gave it all back that fast. But it did go straight up. So straight up, tweezer top, now giving some back. Maybe watch that 780 range. 780 to 790. If it holds over 8 and closes over 8 multiple times, it could push back higher. Anything else you guys got questions on before we leave? I think we've about went over everything. I think the SPY could break out today. Will it? I don't know. If it fails this trend line and goes down, it could have a really bad day too. So let's say it like goes down here. But it looks like it's already over this trend line. I think it might trend up for a few days. But it could be one of those, you know, like the past few times, it's had a good green day, death the next day. A few green days, death. Now we're at a few green days again, so we could be close to death again. So IMMX pushing near highs. Yeah, man, no problem. Ask any questions you want, and I'll go over them as soon as I can. Like, I try to go over first thing, you know, what's happening right this second. Is there fresh news? Is there a breakout? But then after that, we can pull back, look at some charts, look at some daily setups. And then after that, you can even ask, like, whatever. Like, ask me why I use the 9 EMA, or, like, what my lines are, what my thought process is. Yeah, oil is ramping. So it might be another... I'm getting tired of trading Indo and HUSA, but Indo hasn't had one tick of volume yet. Yes, it is pre-market. HUSA hasn't either, but USO up to 83.2 now. The high was 88, okay. But it is ramping. It could be an oil day. We also have GameStop, and AMC is up. They could take a longer weekend. I've seen Fridays before a long weekend be slow. I've also seen them be so crazy that like, well, this has been a while back when I used to hold things overnight, but do I really want to hold over a long weekend because it's that good of a trade? But I don't expect that to happen. Position sizing. So I am not the typical person with position sizing. When I was growing my account, I would look for a good setup, and I would use quite a bit of my buying power. I wasn't one to really scale in that much. So let's say go back to the red box trade. Back in a perfect world here, I would take a decent size, expecting this to break higher, but a tight stop loss. So you break, as you take a decent sized position, you can scale that position down. But if you take a heavier one, you want a tighter stop to reduce your loss. But that's how I grew my account so fast, is I used most of my account in one trade, didn't try to spread everything out, make myself thin, and you get a bigger percent gain on the winners that way, and the losers, you got to keep your stop really tight. But now I just take usually a particular share amount, not really a dollar amount. Like I'll take 10,000 shares or 5,000 shares. Like I like nice and even things, because if I take 10,000, I can scale out 2,500, and that'd be perfectly a quarter of my position, if that makes sense. I appreciate that, Florida Trader. Thank you. I'm glad I'm helping you guys out. But it's coming up on 9:25 now. I think I'm going to go ahead and head out for the day. Thanks for the donation earlier from Justin. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for everybody being here. Thanks for the comments and the back and forth. I love communicating with you guys, answering your questions, stuff like that. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Peace.